All right, everybody. Time to put a bunch of marbles in your mouth because the next waterfall has an interesting name for part 2. It is Minnemishinona. Let's say that fast. Minnemishinona Falls. Minnemishinona Falls. Hey, Ed the Salamander. How are you? Where are we? Hey, we're at Minnemishinona Falls. And here we are at Minnemishinona Falls. I'm not going to say that too often throughout this narration because I know I will mess it up eventually. So, Minnemishinona Falls is going to be the last time I call it that, hopefully. The falls are located in Nicollet County, a few miles west of Mankato and North Mankato. There is no South Mankato, or East Mankato, or West Mankato, it would seem. Just Mankato and North Mankato. It is one of the highest waterfalls in the state. Little did you know, it was once off limits to all you fine, law-abiding folk who refused to break any rules. It became open to the general law-abiding folk throughout the land a long, long time ago in the year 2007. Yes, it was a long, long time ago. I live my life in canine equivalent years, so, as it feels to me, the waterfall became open to everyone approximately 126 years ago. So prior to the above argued about timeline of being open to the public, the waterfalls were previously on private property and therefore off limits to the general law-abiding public or those without the social skills to simply schmooze their way into the hearts and minds of the previous owners to get a glimpse of these magnificent waterfalls. Let us remind ourselves in this time of non-silence, due to a waterfall in the close vicinity, that it was once also legal to own people. Sometimes breaking the rules is a moral responsibility, and it really should be, considering how truly magnificent these falls are. It is a bit off the beaten path. Not the easiest place to find unless you know where they're at. I didn't even know it existed until we started doing research for these. And let me tell you, it is definitely a little bit off the beaten path. But once you're there, it is really, really, really neat. Now, the wonderful thing about being a schmoozer, a rebel, an outlaw, or someone who simply wanted to visit the waterfalls after 2007 is that you can legally see these waterfalls. And since we went out and did some hiking with some video equipment, you don't have to hike, break any rules, follow any rules, abide by any rules, schmooze, or anything other than sit back and enjoy the view. You didn't even have to narrowly escape death by a rabid bear, a pack of wolves, or the birds from that Alfred Hitchcock movie, or from eating Aunt Mildred's egg salad before a cutthroat game of euchre. Yes, you don't have to do any of those things. And quite honestly, we didn't either, other than just hike back here and do some filming. Just because someone lists off a bunch of stuff you didn't have to endure doesn't mean that they did have to endure them. Life lesson number 2 from part 2 in the series. And then just like that, it's wintertime. When Nick and I came and filmed this over the winter, it was about minus 21 that day. It did warm up a little bit in the sun, but it was cold.
Am I good to go up underneath? I set it down and I got a close-up of some of the leaves that have like frost. Looks pretty cool. You take a picture for me?
Say what?
You take a picture for me?
Yeah. Or you can just stay there and I'll just cut a... Yeah, just stay right there. I'll cut a... That's pretty cool. That thing's huge.
Ball in the background?
Oh, yeah. Good deal.
That echo back here is really cool. stream creates this big, beautiful piece of fucking natural artwork.
And that is Minnemishinona Falls. It is really, really neat to see how the sunlight comes through that. Thus ends part 2. And we'll be back with you again with part 3 and the next set of falls coming up. Just wait, it's a surprise!